TV. I'm Kate Northrup, and I'm so happy to be here in my snuggly little home in Waynescott with my good friend Casey Baker. Casey runs the School for the Well-Spoken Woman, and you've actually been a friend of mine, I don't know.
Since 2005.
Since 2005. Casey and I met online. She was, way back when, a Team Northrup lead. Do you believe that?
I was.
That is how we met, and we've just remained friends for 7 years.
7 years.
We were just discussing all of the things that happen. How much happens in 7 years, but one of the most beautiful things is that for both of us, we have some people who have remained in our lives even through the different iterations and the different transformations. And you know when those people stick around that they're the really good ones.
It's
so
true.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you on my show.
I'm so happy to be in your life still.
And so the School for the Well-Spoken Woman just began this year, or within the last year.
Within the last year.
When did you launch?
I launched it last April.
Okay.
And it's been a wild ride this year.
Awesome.
Turns out there's a lot of demand for women in public speaking and getting their voices out there.
So why are you so excited about women in public speaking?
Well, first of all, I really believe that that it's so crucial for women to share their voices and their messages in the world at this time. I think women, the creativity and the depth of intelligence and the insights that women have are a crucial part of what's going to support us in coming up with the creative solutions to move us forward as a species.
Right. No, that's for sure.
I think it's where it's at.
Yeah.
And I think that there is something about public speaking and getting on the public stage that really is about taking your voice seriously. And I think as many women thought leaders as we can support come out in the world, the better.
Yeah. And there's really nothing like, I've seen women who have amazing messages and amazing passion for what they're doing, but they actually can't communicate them well.
Yeah.
And that is such a bummer.
Oh, it's such a bummer.
So for you to be doing your work is really relevant because honestly, who cares if you have a great idea if you don't know how to communicate that? Because the change in the world depends on the ability for messages to become disseminated.
Especially in this day and age.
Right.
I mean, the impact and the possibility of how far your message can spread, there's no end to it because of what's possible with the internet. So if you want to crank the volume up on your voice and your message in this world, this is an extraordinary time to be alive.
Yeah. And who is the perfect person to work with you?
A woman who really is on a mission of some kind. A woman who cares very deeply about making some kind of transformation in the world and wants to use her voice as the vehicle to support that transformation happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I only work with women who are mission oriented.
Great.
But on both scales. So there's women who come to me because they want to get out there, whether it be because of the job that they're in or because they have a platform they want to speak about, but they feel afraid of public speaking or they feel awkward, and it's so natural because it's a huge energy to hold in public speaking.
Yeah.
So they want to refine their skills, they want to get over their fear, they just want to be more polished. And then I also work with women who want to write epic speeches. So I'm a co-speech writer, and I support them in writing their talks and then powerfully delivering them.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, and you work with people one-on-one, and then you also do a really cool event, which I went to your website because I love reading your blog. Casey is an amazing writer, and the videos you send out, you can check out her TED Talk from TEDx Women in San Francisco this past fall. You just brought the house down. It was so amazing. I'll put a link to it below the video. But you have a thing coming up.
The School for the Well-Spoken Woman Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our first one this last fall, and it was an amazing hit. It was a group of women that I took, that we were 8 of them, and we worked for about 8 weeks on writing their talk. Mm-hmm. And then they worked with me in person to really refine their delivery of that talk. Mm-hmm. And then they gave their talk to a live audience of all women at this fabulous venue in San Francisco. It was sold out, jam-packed, and we had it professionally filmed, and the whole thing, it was like a huge coming out party for a lot of these women. It's amazing.
It's so amazing. And one of the things that touched me the most was that your mom was there.
Yes. My mother, and she rocked it out.
She's rocked
phenomenal.
It out.
Yeah. 70 years old. So getting her voice out in the world.
This is for any woman who feels really called to speak about something. And what is it? is it eliciting the voices of women that you feel like you're on a mission for, or is there anything else? Not that that's not enough, because that's plenty.
Wait, say that, ask that question one more time.
Is it that, is your thing that you're on a mission for in this lifetime, or let's just say right now, about getting women's voices out in the world, or is there also something else that really jazzes you and you're wanting to get out there?
I that is the main thing that drives me, 100%. That most of all, because I believe in the importance and the potential impact, the positive impact that can happen when women get out there with their voices in a serious way. But also because there's nothing that is more fun for me. I just was born to direct, and so I love. And I remember our smoothie video.
Oh my God! I do remember our smoothie video. That is hilarious.
So I know, when you saw it years ago together, I was like, let's make a video, a dance video where we're making smoothies. And so we riled Nathan Patmore, and he filmed us with Catherine Coder.
Yes, that was hilarious. Yeah.
So I've just been doing my whole life. I've been directing women in front of a camera, doing whatever. Yeah. And so there's nothing that I love more than being part of that process.
That's awesome. I love it. And though there was a question that just came to me and then it just flew out, but it'll come back if it needs to. So I want to know, what do you love about your life?
What do I love about my life? I love it's interesting because my work is so my play. Yeah. And I love it. I love, in my life in the last year, I've really experienced what I know people talk about, where they get up in the morning and they're so excited. I've never quite really felt that fully. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe some mornings, but very consistent, excited to wake up. I love how I get to surf. And I love my girlfriends. I love hanging out with my girlfriends. That's just such a rich part of my life, is my friendships. And I love my fiance. Very much. Nice. And I love where I live. I live in Sausalito, and I love nature. That is such a huge part of my life.
Yeah, and I know you've been really called to Sedona as well. Yes. And one of the things about you that I love is you're so tuned into the, kind of the whisperings of your soul. And Casey, I got a text from her, I think a week and a half ago. Yes. Literally, she was like, I got it in my meditation this morning that I need to actually come see you in a week and spend this week up there in the Hamptons with you. Would that be cool? And I was like, I love that I have friends who get it in a meditation that they need to come, and that you have the freedom to fly across the country because you work for yourself, you have an amazing business, and that you can just do that because your spirit is called to do so.
Yes, I feel so grateful for that too.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
And I'm so grateful you were like, yeah, come.
Totally. It's amazing. I do remember the question I had, which is, so I've got this talk coming up in San Jose as part of the Hay House Ignite conference. Yes. So it's a 20-minute talk. It's kind of like a TED, version of a quick one. And what would be one thing that you could say, for me or anybody watching, if they have something coming up, what's one thing to keep in mind to really not only rock their content, but rock their delivery?
I think that the biggest thing is but here's the thing that I would say. A lot of times what happens with people, and it's such an innocent thing when they go up to speak publicly, getting on video or whatever it is, there's an innocent, I call it an innocent narcissism that happens around how am I going to look? How am I going to be perceived? What if I get rejected? What if I don't do a good job? What if I screw up? What if I forget? And it's this innocent narcissism where you get so wrapped into what's going on with ourselves. And the more that you can actually shift your perspective so that you get really present to the power of the gift that you're giving, that is, and as if this was the last time you got to get up there and speak. What is it that you must give? And I feel that's a great way to really fine-tune and filter what's most essential to talk about in your content. And it helps to get you in that energy of getting up there to give to your audience, which really is the secret and the core of charisma, is getting into the energy of giving.
So good.
And as women, there's also a simple energy practice that you can do before you go on. Yeah. And especially if you notice the day before or a few days before, if that energy sometimes starts to kick in, which a lot of people might call fear or nervousness, it's actually just the feeling of your power. That's the feeling of an influx of chi coming into your system, preparing you to give to that audience and to
Yeah.
match the intensity of energy
Right.
coming at you.
Right.
And so one thing that you can do, it's a simple breathing technique, and this is specifically for women, is to breathe into your belly and let that breath just come up into your chest, into your breast.
Just doing it now.
Into your breast. And as you exhale, feel as though that energy just goes out your breast, and you can even visualize your audience and just feel as though you are giving of that energy, of that love from your chest, from your breast to your whole audience. And just keep doing that breath and just giving of that exhale and that energy out your breasts and your heart to the whole audience, and that will help prime you into the energy of giving. It also gives your mind something to focus on
Yeah,
other than its
so
self-obsessed thoughts.
Totally.
So that's a wonderful, easy technique to get you into that. And people won't know, but they'll feel a greater sense of your presence, because women really emit their presence mostly from their chest and their breasts. That's where the energy of our giving comes from. It's how we feed, it's how we nurture.
Absolutely.
And that's a wonderful way to really crank the volume up on the power of your presence.
Cool.
And get you into the energy of giving.
That's great. I just got like a flash of like the headline I can write for this Glimpse TV about something about like, it's going to be good.
So you have to do a breath.
Yeah, it's going to have to do with
Yes, of course.
we want more clicks because this is good content. How to use your breasts to build your business, something like that.
I love it.
So, and then my last question is, when do you feel most free?
Oh, when do I feel most free? I feel most free when I'm out singing in nature.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't really know you were a singer.
I am a singer.
Cool.
I am a singer. It's not like something I do a whole lot of, but definitely on my own, and sometimes with close friends. I do. I love to sing, especially in nature. I find it's a very devotional.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's very apropos of the fifth chakra and voice and all of that, which is what your work is about.
Absolutely.
It's the perfect answer.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So I know, exactly. So you can go find Casey at caseybaker.com, and that link will be below. You can find out more about the School for the Well-Spoken Woman Live that's coming up in your one-on-one sessions, and watch her TED Talk.